The old hangar is silent, but the tension is thick in the air. The annual air show is just days away, and the prize-winning plane, a vintage biplane, known as the Silver Sparrow, is missing its propeller. Oh no. Kristen here with Enchanted Yarnworks. Welcome. Today is, guess what? Aviation Day, National Aviation Day here in the United States. So, coming from an aviation family, I have to do my due diligence, and I feel like I should present something crochet aviation related today. So here I am, I'm wearing my EAA Adventure from Oshkosh shirt, 2025. I'm totally in it. I've got my lovely little windsock up there that I picked up while we were there this year. And I decided we're going to do an AI pattern for Aviation Day. So make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is rung. Hit the like button and then hang out with me today so we can see what AI has to offer in the realm of aviation. Are we ready? Let's do this. This is Mystery AI crochet pattern for Aviation Day. I'm kind of excited. So what I did, because I did not want to, obviously with AI patterns, know exactly what was going to be made. So I entered into my Gemini app. I asked it to create a mystery crochet pattern using, because I want to continue with my Stylecraft yarn right now. I'm really loving it. I'm happy with it. Using that yarn, an aviation pattern for Aviation Day today. So here we are. So it's so fun when I ask it to do a mystery pattern because it gives me a whole story, which is absolutely great to me. So let's read this, okay? It's called The Missing Propeller, a Mystery Crochet Pattern. The mystery unfolds. The old hangar is silent, but the tension is thick in the air. The annual air show is just days away, and the prize-winning plane, a vintage biplane known as the Silver Sparrow, is missing its propeller. There are clues scattered throughout the hangar, each one a piece of the puzzle. We need to find the missing propeller and a culprit, or the show will be a disaster. Grab your hook, yarn, and detective hat. We have a mystery to solve. So cute and fun. Oh, excuse me, my voice. So here we go. This is a beginner intermediate. We're using my Stylecraft Special DK. We have silver, which is this lovely color here. We have royal blue. We have black. White. Now it's obvious that we know this is going to be an airplane or something, right? And then sunshine yellow. For clouds and the sun, I'm really interested. So we know it's going to be an airplane of some sort. But if you look at this, we have, yes, plane, wings and tail, propeller, but then fluffy clouds and sun. Okay, what are we doing here? So let's just find out. This is calling for a 4mm hook. So I have that here. This is my simple one that I bought as a set on Amazon a few years ago because I was tired of using the standard just metal hook. It was just kind of uncomfortable. So I thought I'd find a little ergonomic one, and they come in a set of 3. So I have those linked down below. What else do we need? Our tapestry needle. I have those here. This lovely tin set. Obviously there's not 18 right here, but it comes in a set of 18. Mine kind of get scattered. So I have this lovely little tapestry needle we're going to use. This tin will also be linked down below. You get a random tin decoration. Who knows what it's going to be? Like when I ordered this, it did tell me it would be random. But the picture showed is cute little argyle pattern, and I really wanted that. But I got the saltine cracker, which now I love, and it's so cute, so I'm not mad. Stitch markers. Yes, we're going to use one of these guys. They've all come off the ring. This is going to be, I think we're going to use all these cute cat ones. I absolutely think they're adorable. So we're going to use one of these, and I will link these guys also down below. I think we're going to use this teacup one. I haven't used that one yet. We're going to use that because it's a little smaller. Put him right there. Let's see, what else do we need? And some stuffing. I do have a little bag of stuffing right here next to me. So, as we were looking at my yarns, if you're wondering what in the world is your yarn cake wrapped in, well, I have the answer for you. So, years ago, I saw a reel, probably on Instagram, of somebody who wrapped their yarns just like this. And what it is this long strand of thread saver. I think it's called a thread spool saver. And it's just this nylon, probably netting, as you can see, just like this. And it comes in 40-yard bunches. And I absolutely love it because it just keeps everything together and concise and organized, and I don't have to worry about it coming undone. It's fantastic. I will have that link below as well. And disclaimer, everything that I have linked, I am an Amazon associate, so I may receive commissions for any purchases that you may make through that link. So thank you in advance. And if you choose not to, that's okay too, but thank you in advance if you choose to go that route. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to move some things a little bit because they're kind of cumbersome in my way up here. Okay. First up, so I don't know if, sorry about that. I don't know if this is going to be an amigurumi type pattern, but it does call for a 4mm hook, like I said, which is the gauge hook that the yarn calls for. Now, if this is an amigurumi pattern, usually you want to go down a hook size, which would do a 3.5, but we're going to go with what it says. We'll see what happens. Okay, so first up, we need, here are the clues. I'm going to read it to you. Here are the clues. Follow these instructions to find the clues and solve the mystery. Each finished piece is a clue. So clue number 1, it says the plane's body. I mean, that's obvious. We're going to have a plane. Missing propeller. The plane is the first clue. It's incomplete without its propeller. So we need silver. And we're going to do a magic circle. Wait. Oh, no, it's labeled MC, main color. I'm sorry, silly me. So we need to chain 16, and then starting in the second chain from the hook, single crochet all the way down for a total of 15 stitches. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, so I had some wonderful feedback this week, and I really appreciate that. I have tried to keep everything in camera, just the way the angles are. Sometimes I get focused down here because I'm watching my hands, not watching the camera, and I tend to pull back. So my sincerest apologies for that. I know it's a problem. I'm going to do my diligence to actually try to not have that happen. How about I just move the camera down and maybe I only watch my hands through the camera. Oh, that's going to be something new. Okay, so let's slip knot, and then it says, I'm going to move this though so I can read it next to me. Chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, now it says to single crochet back in 15 in the second chain. So I'm going to use the back loops because I like the flat edge that gives me when I do that. So here's our first here, and here's our second. So 1, 14, and here is 15. Okay. So there's our first row. So as you can see, the bottom is nice and straight. It kind of gives that finished edge like the top of your project would have, which I like. All right, so now we are turning, and we have rows 2 through 5. This is going to sound silly, but I like to make check marks or hash marks when I have multiple rows. That way I don't have to think 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I just do 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when I complete one, I just mark it off like that. That helps you if you've not done something and you're curious how to find a way to make it easier for yourself, and that works, great. If you have your own method, great too. I love it. So, okay, we've turned, chained 1, and then now we are single crocheting all the way across for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be 15. Okay, so there's our second row. And then what I do is I will mark this off just like this. And I know they've done that row. Okay, so I'm going to continue the next 3 rows, and then I will see you back at the end of that for row 6. Okay, so here is the end of that last row. Now we have, looks like we are going to be decreasing from 15 stitches down to 13 stitches. So it says to chain 1, turn or turn chain 1, and single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in the next 11, and then single crochet 2 together again. Okay, so chain 1, single crochet, first 2 together, and now 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the last 2 are together to give us a total of 13 stitches. Okay, that is complete. Next page. So we have a total of 17 rows for this, and we just did row 6. All right. So row 7, chain 1, turn, chain 1, single crochet all the way across, 13. Okay. 12 and 13. Okay, row 8, chain 1 turn. This is another decreasing to 11. So we're single crocheting together on the beginning and the end of the row. So the same as before. And then we do 9 in the middle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then last 2 together to give us a total of 11 stitches. Okay, again, turn chain 1, and then we're just going all the way across for 11. Okay, and 11 is here. Okay, next we are decreasing again. So this is the same process. So what we're going to be doing, it looks like, is decreasing and then doing the same, alternating. So a decrease and then a regular, a decrease, a regular, all the way down to 3 and then 1 stitch. So, oh goodness. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So this is for a total of 9. So 7 in the middle, and then the last 2 is together. And here we go. And then this row is all 9. So as you can see, we're down to 9, and then we're starting to get that point. So I'm assuming this is like, actually, I'm not going to assume anything at all. We're just going to leave it as it is. This is the AI pattern. We're not assuming anything. Okay, there we go. So now we're decreasing again, down to 7. So 5 in the middle, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then last 2 together. And then this row is 7 all the way. Okay, this row we're decreasing to 5. So then we have 3 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is straight 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going down to 3. Which gives us 1 in the middle. And then this is not, so the last one is actually stitching all of them together. So I'm assuming because I've never done a 3 together. I'm just going to do it the same way and do it just like that. Okay, so now it says fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing. I will definitely do that. My scissors, where are you? Okay, that should be long enough, I think. So now I'm going to wind this back up like this. Like so. And then I stick it right back in the middle. Like that. Okay. That's definitely interesting. So I'm going to pause right now and I'm going to weave this guy in so it's not in my way. And I'll be right back. Okay. So here we are. Yep. Okay, I'm going to put this one over here. Next up it says to make 2 wings out of our royal blue color. This is going to be so fun. Look at it. It says using the royal blue. Absolutely. Chain 16, starting from the second chain from the hook, slip stitch in each chain across and fasten off. These are going to be some really fun wings, guys. I tell you what. Alrighty. I love this color. This royal blue color is just gorgeous. Stylecraft has such beautiful colors, I think, and that's why I love working with their yarn. It's just I'm gonna do it over this white paper right now. It gives such variety in options, which I absolutely love. Okay, I have the directions over here to the side. So slip knot. And chain 16, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then slip stitch all the way back. Second chain from the hook, which will be this one because I'm going to use the back side. And then fasten off. Okay. These are some interesting wings. I wonder what it has us doing with them. Because these are the flattest wings ever. This is what I like about doing the AI's patterns is that even though I asked it to create this pattern, I knew kind of going into it what it is supposed to be in a sense. I still have no idea what it's actually going to be or the process because it's just so absolutely hilarious. I'm sorry, I think I was getting out of frame there. My apologies. And yes, it's like, what's the plan here? Obviously it's AI, so we don't have really intentions per se, right? Will I regret saying that in 5 years? I don't know. Terminator? Have y'all seen those movies? Anyways, I digress. So we are really just making 2 long, flat lines of yarn here. Okay, I need to do a better job of looser chains. Yes, I know I could be faster with this and just do down the side of the chains, but I really like the flat edge that going in the back bump gives me. To me, it just feels cleaner. Okay, last one. Okay. Here's our wing. What a wing. What a wonderful wing. Okay. Where did I put my scissors? There they are. All right, so we're going to fasten this off. That's incredible. All right, I'm going to make another one and then I will be right back. Okay, well, in true fashion, my second one is better than my first. But there they are. There are my two wings. All right, now we're using put this over here. I'm not going to worry about the ends just yet because we need to be able to sew with them. Now we have the tail, same color. And we are chaining 6 and then slip stitching back. So our tail is the same as our wings, just shorter. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we are slip stitching, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I lost it. There it is. And 5. There's our tail. Woohoo! Okay. There it is. It's our tail. Put them with the wings over there. And wind this up. Now it wants us to sew the wings onto the body of the plane. All right. Let's see here. It says, sew the wings onto the body of the plane, one near the top and one closer to the center. And sew the tail to the narrow end. So I'm assuming the tail goes here. Like, you know what? I'm going to continue making the pieces and then I'm going to try to figure out how to put this together. That sounds like a plan to me. Because I don't, yeah. Okay. Now we have clue number 2. It says the suspects. Our suspects are the elements themselves. Perhaps a sudden storm or a bright sunny day can give us a hint. So we're making a cloud. And this is 8 rounds and we need white. Okay, dokie. Right. And it says to make a magic ring. So if you are not familiar with how to make a magic ring, you are going to have your short end of your tail in the front towards you and then wrap the yarn around your fingers. I like to make sure I go across and there's an X and then I hold this end over here. There's a few different ways to do it. Go under and then hook, twist, and pull through, just like that. Now I'm going to put a stitch marker on this because sometimes this gets way too tight and then I have trouble grasping it when I come back around. And that's not what I want to do today. Okay, so we're doing 6 crochets in the ring. Single crochets, excuse me. Okay, so 1, 2, and I like to put my ring finger down here to kind of give it tension and hold it open. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. It does not say to slip stitch, it just says to go straight into the next. All right, I mean straight into the beginning. So we're just doing a continuous ring here. Right. Move this over here. And we are increasing to 9, it looks like. Okay, so we're doing 2 single crochets. We're increasing in this first one, and then a regular solo crochet in the next stitch repeated. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 is by itself, 4 and 5 together, 6 solo, 7, 8 together, and then 9 solo. Okay, let me pull this in a little bit. Next, we are going to increase to 12. So we are doing 2 in the next, right here, and then 2 singles in a row. 2 solos in a row, if that makes sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then 7, and then 8, and then 9 and 10, and then 11, and then 12. Okay. Now we're going to increase to 15. So we do 2 in the next, and then 3 single, 3 solos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11 and 12 together, and then 13, 14, 15. Done. Okay. And then now we're single crocheting all the way around for 15. 1, 2, 3, 14, and 15. Okay. It wants to bubble. Let's see. That's the end of this page. Let's go to the next page. Round 6, we are going to decrease to 12. Okay, so it says single crochet together and then single crochet in the next 3. So I'm going to do invisible single crochets here. Decrease here. If you're uncertain how that works, I'm going to show you the differences. So like we did earlier, a regular single crochet decrease is going through both, and then you get this kind of bulky decrease. So if you do the invisible, which is perfect for the amigurumi and things like that, you're just going to go through the front loops of the 2 stitches that you are decreasing with, and then pull through, and then finish off your single crochet. And look, it's nice and smooth and not bulky. So we're doing that, and then 3 regulars. 1, 2, 3. So that gives us 4, and then we're doing this 2 more times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, here's my little thimble. Anyways, oops, that just came up. Let me redo that stitch. And then I'm going to put my stitch marker on here because it says to stuff this lightly before we continue to decrease. Looks like we're making, no, it's not a full ball. Okay. All right. Put our tail in there. So you can use fiberfill of any kind. I just have a stash left over from unstuffing some pillows that I purchased because they were super full. Super, super full. I don't need a lot. So I just pulled this little bit out, and I'm just going to take tiny little bits because this is a tiny little bit. That's probably even too much. I don't know if this is ready to stuff, to be completely honest with you. Look, it's like a little teacup of foamy tea or coffee or cocoa. Ooh, that'd be a fun one. Okay, anyways, I'm getting distracted. You know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to do the next row at least, and then stuff it, because that just, there's not enough space to do the stuffing. I mean, my fingertip is in there. That's it. And then the next 2 rounds. So now we're decreasing to 9. Same steps, single crochet, 2 together, and then single crochet in the next 2. So I'm going to go around and do that, and then I will see you at the end of it. Okay, that was quick. So there, we just did 9 around. Next has us doing single crocheting all the way around. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the stitch marker out right now because I'm just going to be counting 9. It's going to be easy. And then I'm going to do some stuffing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now this says to fasten off, leave the tail, weave the tail, excuse me, through the remaining stitches and pull it to close. Okay, I know what it's talking about. So I'm going to do this, pull this out. Now I'm going to put some stuffing in here. It says to stuff it lightly, so it's not going to be like super full. That I think is good. Okay. So now I'm going to just weave these through all of the front loops. I'm so sorry, I did it again. There we go. So just the fronts. and that should bring us back to the beginning. And now it says to pull, to close, just like that. Like a little balloon. Okay. So then I'm just going to weave this around a couple of times. All right. It does not want me to attach this to anything, so I'm just gonna tie this whole thing off a bit. Okay. There's a little cloud. Okay. Get my white yarn taken care of. And now our last bit is the sun. Not our last. We have one more. We have the sun, and then we have the propeller. So our sun is using the sunshine yellow color. We need another magic ring. Okay. Which we are doing 6. Single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we are increasing all the way. So I'm just going to, there it goes. Stuck on the yarn. Okay. Get my stitch marker. And then we're just going straight into the first and increasing. So two single crochets in each stitch around. And here's 12. Now I'm going to pull the center. There we go. Okay, next we are increasing to 18. So same thing, 2 in this one, and then 1 single alone in the next stitch. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right. Now we're single crocheting 18 all the way around. So I'll do that really quick and then see you at the end of that. Okay, here we are at the end of the 18. Now we are going to decrease to 12. So our first 2 are together, and then we have 1 single. 1, 2, 3, 11, and 12. Okay, now it wants me to stuff this again at this point, but I'm going to wait until we finish the last round, which is single crocheting together all the way around to finish off with 6. And then I'll be able to put the tiny little bit of stuffing in there that it requires. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we're decreasing all the way around for a total of 6 stitches. Okay, last one. Okay, there's 6. Now, fasten off. We're going to weave this tail again like the cloud we did, but I'm going to stuff it and then weave around just like we did. And then I will be right back to do the last bit, which is the propeller, and then we're going to figure out how to put these wings and tail on this little airplane over here. Okay, here's our beautiful ball of sunshine and our cloud. What am I going to do with these? This is so funny. All right, next up is the propeller in black. Let's see here. Get the yarn. There we go. So this did kind of come a little bit loose because I didn't have the right size for that to tuck. So it's kind of silly like that. All right, this wants me to do chain 4, join with a slip stitch to form a ring, and then do 4 stitches. So here's my slip knot. Let me get, okay, this is black, so I'm gonna fold this up because the white paper that I'm using that's blank actually has the instructions on the other side, so I can't really flip it over. So I'm gonna pull over. Here we have my white. Okay, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a slip stitch in the first. And then we are doing single crochet for 4 stitches. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now that's the part 1 of this. Now we have to do the blades. Okay. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this has me single crocheting in the second chain from the hook all the way back. Sorry, 1 second. My yarn's being weird over here. Okay. So 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, there it is. It's kind of hard to see with the black yarn. 5. Okay. Slip stitch back to the center ring. Okay. Done. And then do this again to create the second blade. So what I think I'm going to do is kind of slip stitch around to get to the other side. Because if I start this here, it's going to come out this way. And it's only asking for 2 blades. So I know I'm supposed to follow Should I just follow the directions the way it says? I probably should. Let's just do it the way it says. It said to slip stitch back to the center. That's all it said. Now repeat this last step, which is chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5 singles all the way back. 1, 2, 3. I need some more yarn. Oop, yarn barb. Okay. 4, and then we have 5. Okay, and then slip stitch back to the center. There it is. That's how it will be by the instructions. So, if I wanted to make a 5-bladed, or not a 5-bladed, a 4-bladed, I would just continue that around and that would make 4 for me. But it doesn't say to make 4. It just says to make 2. So I'm fastening it off and I'm going to weave in the ends because I'm following the directions of AI. Period. Okay, so let me weave these guys in and then I will be right back. Okay, so that is completed. I did decide to leave a little tail just because I have to sew it at some point and I want to make sure I have what I need to do the sewing with. Okay, I'm going to bring back the darker background. All right, so now it's time. I put it off. Now it's time to figure out how these airplanes are going to go. How this airplane goes, excuse me. Let's see. Let's go back to the beginning page where it wants me to put them together. So the wings onto the body of the plane. Okay, wings. Here we are. One near the top and one closer to the center. So like this. Because I know it says later that the tail is on the narrow end. So the tail is going to be back here. This must be like a bird's eye view of this airplane. But that's totally fine. So here's what I think. I think this is it. This is what it's supposed to be. It's going to be like this. And then our propeller is going to go like this. That's what I think is going to happen. Yes. One second. All right. I'm going to weave in all of this because I'm not going to use it to tie anything. And then I'm going to start stitching these wings on. So I will be right back in just a few moments. Okay, the tail is on. AI, you never disappoint. Ever. Okay, I'm going to do the wings. So, if you are really enjoying this and would like to get in on, or want to know how to get in on sending me patterns so that I can make your creations through AI, I have put in the description box how you can do that. So be sure to check that out. Yep, I'm just kind of going back and forth back here. I don't think my tails are long enough to go across. So note to self, make much longer tails. Okay. All right, so I'll be back when I get these two done. Alrighty, here we have the wings and the tail on. So now I'm going to put the propeller on. So should I put it like this? Or like, yeah, not like that. So weird. All right, so I'm just gonna put it on like this because that's just what makes sense right now. Okay. I'm just kind of doing a quick sew on here because it's for fun. And the point is we just want to get everything on here to show the creativity, I'm going to say, of AI and their pattern creating. So this, my friends, is why I said what I said about the people just randomly creating AI patterns and then selling them with pretty pictures on the platforms, you know, like Etsy and Ravelry. Probably not Ravelry, but, you know, Etsy and stuff. And sometimes you can't tell if it's, yeah, the images are getting so much better that it's getting harder to tell if they are actually legit. There's actually a woman who photographs so well that her images look like AI images, but they're not. So it's getting harder and harder some ways to tell if an image is AI. Some are blatantly obvious, but still, you have the unsuspecting person loving the image, especially those who are new to the craft, and no judgments. That's fine. I get it. The internet makes it harder to discern things nowadays. So that's why I'm doing this, to show everyone that AI can be messy and people are using it to take advantage of other people, unfortunately. So, okay, here we are. This is the end. So let me read the fun text at the end. So this says, now sew the black propeller to the front of the silver plane. I did. You've solved the mystery. The sun and the clouds were innocent bystanders. And the propeller was simply misplaced. The silver sparrow is now complete and ready to fly. I think so, maybe. Congratulations, detective. You've pieced together the clues and restored the silver sparrow to its former glory. Now you have a beautiful crochet plane to celebrate Aviation Day. I'm gonna go fly this bad boy. You can use your sun and cloud clues as decorative accents, or even turn them into a small mobile. Maybe. What's next for your detective work? Maybe we can investigate the mystery of the missing sock from the dryer. Now there's an idea. Wonder how we could crochet the missing sock from the dryer. Anywho, so let me clean all this up and I will chit chat with y'all in just a minute. My goodness, in true AI fashion, it never ceases to amaze me. AI always comes through with the crazy patterns. So, I mean, this could be anything, but I know it's supposed to be a biplane and it was pretty fun today. So I was thinking as I was editing my my video, that maybe I missed a step in this pattern and I was supposed to stitch this together to make like the fuselage, which would make perfect sense. And then these would just be tacked on the top and then one biplane wing on the bottom. And then the rotary blade would be kind of in the front somewhere and it would be perfect. But no, those steps were absolutely not in the AI pattern. So that would be an adjustment I would make if I decided to use this pattern as like a baseline for something that'll actually work. But yes, this is pretty fun. So I want to give you a little trivia for Aviation Day in case you guys didn't know. I didn't know so much, but Aviation Day, National Aviation Day, is a United States holiday, yes, for today, August 19th. It was established by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1939 to honor the birthday of Orville Wright. So if you don't know, Orville Wright is one of the Wright brothers that invented the first airplane. And this day is to celebrate the history and development of aviation. So that's a little bit of fun trivia for you there. I hope that you definitely enjoyed this silliness of a pattern today. I did. I would love for you to join in the fun and send me some patterns if you'd like. I will absolutely give you due diligence and shout your name out for you there. And I'm always interested to see what AI has to offer, and your imaginations are going to expand on my imagination, and anything's possible. We could get whatever. So the directions on how to send me patterns are in the description box, and I'm going to also put a box right here for you so that you can see it easily. But yeah, please send me your creative, innovative, mind ideas that you want AI to create into a crochet pattern that I can then put into yarn for you to all see. So again, I want to say thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and check out all my other AI videos if you haven't done so already. I know that they could be, hit or miss, fun or flop. Either way, it's fun and enjoyable for me. Don't forget to make sure that you are subscribed and the notification bell is rung so that you can get all of my upcoming video notifications and you don't miss any. So again, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you in my next video.